Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, where we're good-ish at Isaac again, although we barely won the last one. Oh, don't stop me now, I'm having such a... 0P22 9B9S. I'm gonna burp in a second, and I don't want to, but I'm going to, and it's gonna be gross. I'm sorry. I feel it bubbling inside of me. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't like doing that. I take no pleasure in it. Some people... Mathers games enjoy burping. I know that it's a cultural thing, but it's not part of American culture to burp in the presence of others and be proud of yourself. I think that boy just has a problem. We are going to get Bumbo. I just wanted to wait for a bomb because these black hearts could be very valuable for us, and, you know, so is Bumbo, so we want to get it, but we don't want to pay more than is strictly necessary. If we're looking, like, inventory-wise at this run, damage is bad, or at least not great. However, our excellent rate of fire more than makes up for it. So, we're not in 10 out of 10 territory, but we're in, like pretty flipping good out of 10 territory. We might be in, like, 8.5 range, especially if we can manage to pick up a Tears upgrade somewhere along the way here. Little Delirium... which I don't even know if it's called Little Delirium. I just keep picking up this item on Eden runs and dailies and stuff like that. But I think it's okay. Its effect is very good. I think we might as well just bounce. Like, we already finished this floor, basically. We went to the special rooms that we saw. We like the effect. And with some of these bosses, like, you can get some dirty plays. Like, if this guy ever does a spinning brimstone beam, the world's our oyster, right? Like, look at that. So nice. However, I thought we had mapping, but it's actually just the strangest layout for a room. Plus, we get to keep these guys, I guess, moving forward here, and they actually seem to be pretty good, and they're not taking contact damage, so they're kind of crushing it for us, although we did just lose one. It's kind of like a Pokemon built up here. The only thing that makes it not that good is the fact that it has a 6-room charge, which is a little on the crazier side, but I think it's okay. This dude's bouncing around. He's hurting enemies as he goes. I don't know if the fistula parts are going to follow us room to room, but if they do, sign me up, basically. We're not going to get hit here. Enough to lose our deal with the devil chance. Why do you sign me up, Buttercup baby, for the marketing that comes in the mail, and then worst of all, I throw them all out in the garbage can. Okay, you know, this always, you know, I live in an apartment building, and every flyer day, you know, the day when all the flyers come, garbage can's always full of them. It just seems it's such a waste. I mean, it's not a waste to throw them out, because, I mean, it's unsolicited advertising. On the other hand, though, it's a waste to send them in the first place. You don't understand, NL. I'm a 90-year-old marketing executive, and I promise you, direct marketing works. Well, I have no doubt that that's true if you're marketing to other 90-year-olds. I don't even like opening mail that is for me. When you're younger, I'm talking like mad young, you know, when you're like 12, you get a letter in the mail or a package, it's always good. Now when I get a letter in the mail or a phone call, I'm like, fuck. What's the problem? I'm a responsible individual. I manage my life well. But, you know, the only people who send me letters at this point in time are like, I'll get a code from a game company in the mail, like it's 1953, not that I'm complaining, or I get, you know, a nicely worded letter from the Canadian government that's like, could you please give us this much money? There was a time in my life, dude, Mama Gertie is doing all right here. There was a time in my life where the Canadian government would send me checks. If you live in Canada and you're under a certain age, you're probably living that life right now. Once every 3 months, you go check your mailbox. This is an $80 check from the Canadian government. You fuckers better subscribe to me on Twitch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm paying for all of your $80 checks, but there's a few of you watching this out here. That's my $80. It's not really. I understand the distribution of wealth. I've voted for higher taxes at many points in my life. And I understand that. Socially, I have no problem paying my fair share so that everybody can be, raises the overall level of the swimming pool so we're all closer to the same point. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody watching this owes me $83.57. Now, you don't have to pay me for it right now, but if you would like to, twitch.tv/North. I'm just joking. What I'm saying is you don't understand. If you're like 13 and you're watching this, eventually the mailbox will, and possibly also your phone, are going to be like the greatest sources of anxiety. I don't get phone calls like anymore. That's not completely true. Like my mom phones me. If I look at the caller ID and I'm like, it's Mom, I'm like, all right, let's talk to Mom. This will be fun. That sounded sarcastic, but no, I look forward to it. If I check it and it's like, no caller ID, then I'm like, fuck. This is either, there's two possibilities. It's either the government saying, hey, what's up, dude? Or it's a spam caller saying, hey, we detected a virus on your Windows PC. Can you give us your social security? Which is why I don't pick it up anymore. I mean, I pick it up if it's my mom. There's another situation, like Kate's dad is part of a charity here in Vancouver. And then he was like, hey, do you want to come on this, fundraising thing that we're doing? Basically, it's like a walkathon, and he wanted company. And I was like, this will be a good bonding experience, Plus, helps us get up early on a Saturday, which might seem bad for you, but is good for me because I wake up late every other day. So I was like, maybe it's a good chance for me to get a good start on my day, right? So we went and did it, and I donated a little bit of money, a very reasonable sum. And then, that was the biggest mistake I made, that year. Because the company or the charity just kept calling every day. It was like this one dude would call, and he would always call at 8 in the fucking morning when I was asleep. And he left a few voicemails. The voicemails were like, please give us your address, so we can sign you up for more marketing. But he didn't say the more marketing part, but I read between the lines. I was like, God dang it, dude. No good deed goes unpunished. Now, that's very selfish of me to say, because he was, it was for charitable purposes. But at the same time, he already gave you the money. Let's just, it's a no-strings-attached donation. I thought we were donation fuck buddies, and you've clearly misread the situation here. You think that we're looking for a donation, long-term relationship. I'm not really in the market for that right now. I just got out of a serious one that I had with the Salvation Army. That's not true. I haven't necessarily been an outrageously charitable person throughout my life. Most people wouldn't say that, but I'm just gonna be honest. Then, later this year, I donated to a charity, and they had a little checkbox that was like, do you want us to contact you? And I was like, no, and as a result, I like you guys more. I'm not throwing shade at any charity here. I'm just saying. In the modern, I think, I understand millennials. I am a millennial. Most of the time I make fun of millennials, I'm making fun of myself, and I feel like people don't realize that as much as I would like them to. We're just going to diplopia this, because I want, all this stuff for free, and I want the extra battery charge as well. But the people, I go, oh, I love my so-called frappe latte, and then everyone goes, NL, don't you realize that you're a millennial? Yeah, it's a second-order joke. The joke is, that's what people who hate millennials, despite, not meeting the person individually, think that they sound like. It's a joke to make other people sound ignorant, but it's, you do have to buy into the premise, I suppose, in order to get that. It's not like, I'm not saying you're stupid for not getting it, is what I'm trying to say here. But I get millennials. If you want to get on a millennial's good side, speaking as one, never call them on the phone, never send them a letter. You might, in fact, never send them an email. In fact, never let them know that you exist. That's the best way to have goodwill with our generation. I will resent a company that calls me on the phone. I resent, and this is not even fair, this is actually borderline mental illness. I resent our dentist. We make, you go to the dentist, you have your appointment. Moon card, stars card, emperor card. I guess we'll go emperor card. No, we should go, give me a theme here. Normally I'd take the other one, but I think we want to go a theme for greatest possible chance. Because we're going down to the boss rush here at some point, stars takes us out of the boss room, which is better. Again, this is unfair. I'm not trying to phrase this like I'm in the right, because that is stupid. I'm not in the right in this situation. You go to the dentist, you have your appointment, you talk to the person at the front desk, and they say, hey, we'll make an appointment for 6 months from now. Is this day okay? And you go, okay. And then when that day rolls around, we'll see about the Yara. When that day rolls around, I think we don't need to worry about going back for that Yara rune, because we probably are going to get another one now. Very fortuitous there. When that week rolls around, let's say, I get a call from a dentist, they leave a voicemail, and then it's like, hey, we're just calling from blah, blah, dentist, you know, just letting you know your appointment's this week. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, don't call me. Did I remember that the appointment was going on? No, that's Kate's, like, I was going to say that's Kate's job. That comes across as offensive. That's Kate's responsibility. You know, she organizes that stuff, and she's got it on lock. But for me, I'm like, don't ever call me on the telephone. Emperor, Death, Sun. I guess we'll use the Sun card. Just get him dusted. There you go. Grab the you know what? We should actually use Justice. But then, well, you know what? We'll use the Death card as well. Maybe it's just me. I know it's not just me because I see it online, but maybe I have a heightened sense of telephone anxiety for whatever reason. I can't really explain it. When I was younger, I liked to call on people on the telephone. People probably still do that, right? Like, I used to, sometimes you just call your friend. You'd be doing your homework, and you'd, like, call your friend up and be like, hey, how'd you like this question? They'd be like, you know, it was... I mean, you didn't say, how do you like this question? You'd have to be an even bigger nerd than I am to say that, but... You know, you call them, oh, what'd you get for question 5? You know? Oh, it's a G3P. Either way. I'm not like that anymore. To say the least. Justice, again. And the Lover's card. Beyond this Flooded Caves, too. For some reason, I thought we were Depths 1. Strength or Lovers, we're going to take Strength. It ain't like that anymore. Now, I'm like, if I would rather... I have people that are like, hey, can we talk for, like, 5 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, sure, just go out with it. And they're like, oh, I'd really like to call you on Skype. And I'm like, I'm busy for the next 10 years. If you want to talk in text, I can do it right now. You want me to get on Skype? That means I've got to, like, you know, formulate my answers in real time. I can't stall and then be like, sorry, I was in the bathroom. You know, non-consecutive asynchronous communication has been a very good thing for making sure that you come across in a positive light. We really should have saved this card, but whatever. Because we're going to have to go back for the strength card anyway. But I'm hopeful that, I mean, for some people this is going to come across as me being an asshole. It's not really an asshole-ish thing. It's more of an anxiety thing that gets worse as I get older. But just, I know that, I hope at least that there's people out there that are watching this going like, oh, kindred spirits. Like, there's somebody out there as irrational as I am. I'm opening myself up here. It's more avoidance manifesting itself as being an asshole, when really it's just like, I don't want to talk to somebody on the phone because they might have bad news or want me to do something. The worst is you get a phone call like, in Japan, when the time zones are different, I got a phone call at like 5 in the morning, so I wake up to like, beep, beep, boop, beep, doop, beep, 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 doop, beep, doop, boop, and I pick it up and it's like, oh, hello, sir. Do you have a minute to take our survey? I do not have a minute to take your survey. Doesn't it say in your records that I'm in Tokyo right now? Probably not, huh? Anyway, this is mostly irrelevant. I'm just saying, my kindred spirits out there, I get you. I get you. Don't call a millennial on the phone. It's like we need a crocodile hunter, like Planet Earth David Attenborough series for this stuff. They hate the phone. It's like you never approach a cat from behind or something like that. I don't know if that's true. But it seems, you know, you want them to know you're there. Never approach a crocodile from behind. Unless you are Steve Irwin, the hunter of crocodiles. So we're basically on schedule. And the run's good. I cannot frame this as if this is anything other than a great run. Like, when we take damage, we got a Thame damage, which means that even lame damage can inflame our damage. However, ooh, almost got me there. Admittedly, in something that's a little bit of a bad habit, I am still using my orbital to hit a lot. And it's I mean, this is the lamest reason. Again, I'm not suggesting it's a good reason. It's honestly shot speed. I think my brain thinks my rate of fire is bad because my shots move slowly, which is not the case. Our power level is actually very strong right now. And, I mean, now it's through the roof with Abel on our side. Like, doesn't get much better than this. Gone and done it again, y'all. We're good? I don't know why I was shooting at the sights. Well, I know why, because of muscle memory, but you get the idea. I was confused. I was petrified, thinking how am I gonna live without you by my side. Then I saved up for 12 rooms and I got a delirium charge, and it was large. It could fill an empty barge, and now, okay, let's move on. We got a lot of battery charges. I should be using this more often, but I think you almost need to have battery charges to make this item as good as it can be. Even more so than other items. I mean, like, Mega doesn't get fully charged off of one battery charge. It's weird that it's inconsistent, and, like, Delirium does, even though it's got the same number of rooms to get a charge. But, I mean, Mega is a lot better than Little Delirium, so I can understand that. I guess, what do you want them to do? Give Mega, like, a 48-room charge or something? That would be a little ridiculous, I suppose. Okay, I don't know. I mean, at this point, like, I know we did this recently. It might have been 2 runs ago. It might have been this last run. But it's still the right play. As much as it might annoy people, you know, what's the opposite of a Pyrrhic victory? You know, because whatever the opposite of a Pyrrhic victory is, that's what we're getting here. Ooh, I mean, I think I prefer Little Delirium, but Sprinkler's got some good things going for it. I thought that was Analog Stick for a second, which explains my reaction, but... which I guess says a lot about me, that, would you rather have a cool active item? Nah, give me the Tears upgrade, please. Either way. It's the right call right now. And really, on this room, we probably should have been walking into enemies and using a Thame to roast them. We didn't, but we probably should have. And that's also fine. So come in here. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing too worthwhile yet. If that was 2 of diamonds, I would have been happy. We're going to be right on pace. I bet you hate seeing that be rewarded as well. I can't really blame you. There's a lot of enemies on this room. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, there's a Bumbo. There's a Little Horn. There's multiple enemies. Growth Hormones is lovely. It also just gave us Spun. Hagalaz is useless. Certainly will take this. Do we still want to take Strength? What was the other option? It was Algiz. I mean, I'd rather have Strength for a high percentage deal with the Devil Chance, but we're hoping to teleport out of Boss Rush either way. Although I suppose spamming multiple bosses into Boss Rush could be a cool decision as well. I doubt that it's gonna matter that much, which is not to say that it's bad, but more so like, I mean, that was bad. When you have Mega, you stand a pretty good chance to earn 1 Mega charge off of a Mega play, because you're killing bosses so quickly. Little Delirium is not gonna function like that necessarily. You know, if we get a great boss, like, what's the one? The Forsaken. The Forsaken is, like, I think our optimal choice, which is weird because it's not really the strongest boss, but that rotating Brimstone laser is... Not a big fan of that. That rotating Brimstone laser is unbelievably strong, so you can see the value in it. But if we don't get something like that, then it's probably just going to be a little bit, You know, we'll get, statistically speaking, probably 3 bosses joining us on the room. Could be worth a shot. In fact, I'm thinking now that I'll probably give it a shot. Because why not? You know what? I'd rather pay 3 Spirit Hearts and have the Devil card, I think. If the item's good enough, we should be able to afford it for 3 Spirit Hearts. Good stuff. Alright. We are... I mean, with Spun, damage is good. Rate of Fire hasn't improved at all this run. Now, should we roll the Yara rune instead? Probably. Now we're getting a little later in the game. We'll probably get another one out of Rune Bag anyway, but why not give it a shot, you know? I would really love to, on our shop here, to be able to get the battery. Or car battery. Either, actually, car battery would be better, but... we're getting a lot of battery charges, so if we could store 2 plays and see how this sort of scales, I would love to see it. We don't even have max level Bumbo yet. Okay, so we got red candle. I don't know if I want to blow these things up. I want max level Bumbo, though, so go for it. Alright, he's Gucci. Let's get out of here. Like, I want those nubs to follow me around. I doubt they're going to do much damage, but if they're going to instantiate on every single room we go to, why the heck not, right? We've only got 1 left now. Good work. Box of spiders, irrelevant, effectively. At this point, dude, the battery charges are out of control. So we have to make it the boss rush. I mean, if we want to make the boss rush, shall we say. We got to do so pretty quickly here. We've had extremely good luck with the Thame, by the way. Like, that has incredibly come through in the clutch for us on almost every instance of us taking damage. We've gotten a little bit of HP back. Alright, let's do this up. This should be no problem. We do still have 2 nubs. So, like... Gertie was actually a surprisingly high-value play here. Don't step on my nub. I won't go breaking your nub. Good bomb, Bumbo. Good bomb. So we're going to take Polaroid for now. See what we get in here. Ooh. I'm not going to take Ludo. What do we get? That's not bad necessarily. I am going to take Mysterious Liquid. Really good item for taking out terrestrial enemies. Oh, you got to go for broke here. Huge growth. Dude, +7 damage. Don't mind if I do. More battery charges, please. Did we lose the Stain already? He spends a lot of time underwater, so it's hard to tell. Underground. Not really underwater. Crap. Judgment out of here, dude. Oh, you know what? I hate to say it. See, why wouldn't you, in that situation, why wouldn't you AWAS out? We get to keep our Yara rune and move on. We saw some good stuff on that room, though. I mean, we could have gotten one more item. Freaking, you know, who cares? Have you seen the average item in this fucking game? Why do you start talking like Joe Pesci whenever you get indignant about people responding to you with anything less than praise? I don't know, okay? It's just a natural defensive reaction to talking a pretty offensive Brooklyn accent that I know nothing about when if I'm being defensive, you know? I don't know, it speaks to something deep-seated. That was amazing. Just hit me, like, you frightened me, Zero. Arrow walk. Worth nothing. Judgment. You know what? I'm willing to play. Work with me here, work with me here, work with me. I'm still willing to play. Algiz. That was not necessarily great. Retrovision. Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to play. This is not how I go. Told you. Look at that. Speed and range. Not worth it, but fun. World card. World card. Here we go. So we got double Yara. Well, it's kind of a wasted world card because we're basically just going in one direction. Dude, hairpin. You get a fully charged spacebar item whenever you fight the boss. Whenever you fight any boss, maybe? It's extremely good for our present situation. We got a... Berkano? We got a spacebar item that absolutely warrants the use of this. So I am not against it. The number of battery charges we're getting is actually absurd. On a lot of rooms, it still makes no sense to me to pop a battery, but on any room that's, you know, mildly annoying and or large, it's a fairly easy decision. Wow, that was pretty stupid of me. That was substantially dumber, but actually we ended up not being penalized for it, which almost made, like, I got so lucky there, it actually makes me mad. Don't really care about blowing that guy up, to be honest with you. I just wish I could hold 2 charges. Because one boss, I mean, it's doing something, but it's not doing a ton. We should take this into the room, because we might get a free deal with the devil as a result. Holding 2 cards would be nice as well. I mean, honestly, if we hate a room, you should use this. Nah. Because, again, when we get to our boss room, we're getting a free one anyway, so might as well take advantage of, you know, good fortune wherever we can. Good work. All right, that guys. We'll pop it again. Somehow, despite playing horribly, making some very bold, aka stupid decisions, we're not really feeling the burn that much. So I would say that the Hollow is probably one of the worst bosses you could face, or you could get from Little Delirium, but got the job done. We will take Mr. Dolly for a, wouldn't say much needed, but, you know, very welcome Tears upgrade. We'll move along yet again with our Yera rune, although I will be the first to tell you, I would love to take the world card down to the next floor as well, but that's my personal problem, you know? I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt, and it's been 1 week since I fought the Hush. It hasn't. It's been one, I mean, for you, it's been 1 day maybe, but for me, it's been less than an hour, so. 2 of hearts. Not worth it. Not worth it. What are we waiting on here? As much as I hate to say it, it's not like the run's losing its luster for me. But we have been at 9 damage for a while. 9 damage with 5 rate of fire is good. Nothing wrong with it. However, it would be nice to amp it up a little bit. Our spacebar item is at times incredible, at times kind of useless, but, you know, it tries hard, and I respect that. Strength card could again be valuable. As could the black rune. But for now, it's kind of unnecessary. I think we should just roll the Yera rune and be happy for the opportunity. Shoot me. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it. Stars card. Also irrelevant. Bumbo is just trapped over there. If you ever want to lose a Bumbo, boy, have I got the perfect item for you. I think this is good. It would be better if the mask stuck around, which obviously it didn't, but Book of Sin. Telepathy for Dummies. Here comes Bookworm. Might as well pick up all of them in case we get a per throw or two. And occasional 2020 is one of the few ways we could raise our rate of fire right now, so I'm for it. But for now, keep moving on. Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Let's try this again. Goodbye, it lives. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Tried to keep me pretty bad. Need some damage or I'll be sad. Hope the blue womb's got some stuff, or my life will be quite tough. Arbitrary rhyming words. Think I'm clever, but I smell like turds. Okay, that was like laborious. Don't ever eat a penny and then spit out a penny. I don't respect that. If you eat something, you should turn it into shit. You shouldn't turn it into itself. It's very strange. It's like me if I just shit out a bunch of tortilla chips. It's bad for the O-ring, buddy. I don't like this room right now. I think I've become a damage snob. Like anything under 10 damage, I'm not even getting out of bed for it anymore. It's a bad habit. We should be thankful that we have as much as we do. We should also be thankful for that retrovision pill, as long as we're talking about things that are never gonna happen. Stars, tower. The stars card of our days and our nights. The stars card. Is this a cursor? No, it's just a room. Another black rune. I mean, if I was gonna take anything into the boss fight, I'd probably take strength. Because the strength card, again, is almost like a credit card. Gives us a free 1 item from a deal with the devil, now that we have 0 red hearts to work with ourselves, but we're doing fine enough on HP that I don't think it matters. I mean, at present, I don't think we need to do the blue womb. Think it could be a decent choice, but I don't think it's super relevant to our run right now. As evidenced by the fact that I just used my 12 charge item on Mom's Heart instead of saving it for a harder boss. But, so this boss is doing almost nothing right now, but I believe. You got the power of the music in you. We did get a deal. We got another Yera rune. It's the same item, but I could learn its name. No. Is it the same item? One of them was kind of smiling and the other one wasn't. Maybe it isn't the same item. Should have taken it just so I could learn the name, but... I wanna know, did you ever learn its name? We can stop that. That's fine. You know, as the recording day goes on, it becomes more singing. Just, first off, every singing bit feels like 20 seconds. And what is a video except for a bunch of 20-second bits stitched together, right? Secondly, I think in many ways, I'm not saying singing is easier on your voice than talking, but I think it uses different, you know, muscle groups in the throat or something. So sometimes when my voice is getting sore, which is an actual thing that happens because I'm a baby, but also I respect the limits of the fact that I am, in the end, just a piece of meat made sentient, which is basically my level of theism, is I am learned meat. I am meat as you are meat, as we are meat, as we are all together. If I could be a meat, I'd be a mutton. See how I don't know. That's a weird question. Those questions come up on the NLSS sometimes. If you could be any meat, what meat would you be? That's a nonsensical question. What are the parameters that you use to select which kind of meat you want to be? For example, do you want to be the most delicious meat so that people enjoy eating you? Or do you want to be the least delicious meat so people don't enjoy eating you and then make it more likely to survive? However, you're still meat. You're already like, you know, a possum fillet. Even if people don't like eating you, then you're just going to end up in the trash. But maybe you'll exist longer. But if you're existing in the trash, you know, as meat, are you sentient? Well, if I'm not sentient, then why do I care what meat I am? You know, it's just philosophical wanking. It makes different than just jerking it. It's wanking. It's even more pretentious than jerking off because it's British. Thank you. Battery, thank you. What was that horrible sound? Did you hear that? Yera! Yera! Imprisoning me! All that I see! Everything's doubled! Okay, that's not easier on the voice. I don't want that. I mean, we've actually assuaged some of my fears. This floor has been not super easy, but we've come out very far ahead. So I'm not really, I'm not really concerned about the rest of the run if we're able to do, you know, as well as we have already. Like, we know we're getting 8 items on the next floor. Why are the cards bad? I want to make the bad cards fly, Mom. Conquest. Pretty good. He hasn't managed to kill anything yet, but, you know. Life goes on. One day he will, probably. Oh. It's just like, you want the runs to have a little momentum. And right now, we've got Momentum. Not Momentum. Momentum is a band of moms, and they lip sync top 40 tracks from the 1980s to the 1990s. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for 40 moms lip syncing Total Eclipse of the Heart with jazz hand exercises attached to it, you know? I signed up to get an item that could end a demon's life, and we have not received one of those in quite some time. We are comfortable, and we're being kept alive, but I mean, it's a first world problem, to be honest, but I want more damage. I want to kill things faster, or at least more outrageously. I want sad bombs. That is not a damage upgrade, but it gives us the means to do a lot more damage. Give me sad bombs, pretty please. I'm independent, but I have needs. One of them is explosions that could make this run more fun. It's a sad bombration, it's not for me. I'm telling you, sad bombs. Final chest, sad bombs. Call it, call it, call it! He's done it. Well, 8-inch nails is still great. Not what I asked for, but still great. We're up to 10 damage thanks to 8-inch nails. And then the D Infinity is the D100. We gotta roll it. This is weird. We have 17 damage. That's pretty solid. 35 rate of fire. Less good, admittedly, but wow. So varicose veins is actually exceptional for us right now. Sure, we'll take Ghost Pepper. Extremely bright tier. It's a weird run. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one, 'cause I would be wrong. This run is strange. I really like our varicose veins. Am I gonna reroll the run regardless? Yeah, probably, but what I like to do in this situation to add a little bit of dynamicness is like make the roll actually count. I'm gonna roll once I get into the blue baby fight. That way, there's no backing down. I prefer to do that, make things a little bit more on the interesting side. That was lovely. I know we got a battery charge, but I don't want a battery charge. I want to be able to not back out of my reroll. Let's go. How is it? It's Tech X. There's something beautiful but also sad about that. What about our bombs? No sad bombs. God dang it. Our last run was cooler, but whatever. One bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Let's get out of here. That was a good run. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. It won't stop the recording for me. Can we stop that? It won't stop the recording for me. Don't stop till you get enough. Did I hit a number line?